Yes, people, I'm your host Adnan. This is the Between the Lines podcast. Welcome to the latest series of the Man United reality check. 10 Hag'S United, come on.
Between the lines.
Welcome to the reality check. This is the first episode of season 2. It's Erik Ten Hag's Man United. I'm going to be following Erik Ten Hag's career at United and see how he progresses. Let's have a reality check. The first reality check, the first YouTube video I ever put up was a Man United reality check. It was on 24th January 2022, January this year. And times have changed since then. At the time, we just got through to the fourth round of the FA Cup. We just got through to the knockout stage of the Champions League. Weren't doing too great in the league, and that's why I had the reality check, just to temper expectations, because I didn't think we were going to win the Champions League, and I weren't so sure we'd get top 4, but I did obviously think we was going to get top 4. Fast forward 5, 6, 7 months to today. In short, Ollie's reign ended up as a disaster. Shout out Ollie. Ragnick did who knows what with the players and coaching, but exposed the board and exposed the Glazers and exposed some of the players as well. And now bringing it forward to today, we've got Erik Ten Hag, which in January I definitely didn't expect to happen this summer. I probably thought Ollie would have got top 4 in a trophy. We've also got Ronaldo wanting to leave after one season, after that amazing comeback and the first few games against Newcastle and whoever else. We've got 7, 8 players leaving the club: Pogba, Matic, Mata, Lingard, etc. And we've only signed 3 players in return. And we've already lacked a lot of quality, and the squad did have depth, but it lacked a lot of quality in depth. You could say it's not looking too good compared to when I first made my reality check in January, but we've got Ten Hag. The point of this video is to look at the bad and the good at the beginning of our great Manchester United new manager. All right, let's start off with the positives. Number 1 has to be Erik Ten Hag. If City or Liverpool didn't have a manager right now, or they were looking for a successor for Pep or Klopp, or they didn't have Pep or Klopp and they were looking for the next up-and-coming global superstar manager and coach, it would have been Ten Hag. The fact that he's come to Man United shows he's got clear belief in his own ability and the club to take us back to the top where we belong. Just as the reputation he's come with, you could see that there's been changes made to the club already from top to bottom, and there's fresh new ideas that are being breathed into Manchester United for the first time in a long time. We've obviously had Mourinho, Van Gaal. I'm not going to bother talking about them for much longer, but not dinosaur managers, but older mentality managers, or a generation that's not part of today, a current football generation possibly. Obviously Mourinho is a bit more debatable, but Ten Hag's come in with these new philosophies, new ideas, a more progressive way of playing, the newest style of football to compete with the big boys. I love the guy's attitude. I love his directness. Even press conferences, you can see he doesn't mess around with the press. You can see that he's very determined to take Manchester United back to where we belong. And to be honest, I'm not even sure he loves the club that much yet. Like, you can't see his passion for Manchester United like burning out, but you can see that he's got enough passion and belief in his own ability to take us to where we as a club belong at the top, and our status as a great club should be taken and where we should be at. That's what I'm confident in Ten Hag, is that he believes he's the one to take us there, rather than him being gassed or excited about Manchester United or being Manchester United manager. I'm not sure I feel that passion yet, but I'm very sure I feel the passion and belief in himself to take us back to the top. To think of how good Erik Ten Hag's coaching could really turn us around, I'll give you an example. Just look at Eddie Howe's turnaround at Newcastle. When he came in, they were basically practically relegated, and within 4 or 5 months, he turned them into an actual decent side who was competing against most teams in the Premier League. So it's just further evidence that Ten Hag's coaching could turn us around in a big way. And we finished third. We finished top 3 in 3 out of the last 5 seasons. We finished second, third, and second as well. So with a bit of good coaching, it's possible for Ten Hag to take us back to the top, or at least challenging for a title, because I'm sure that's the main aim for many Man United fans like myself. Taking it on to the second positive, let's look at pre-season. And for the first time in a very long time, we're actually seeing some tactics and styles of play within our Manchester United team that I haven't seen for a long time, excluding when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had clocked the game with counterattacks. But back to Ten Hag and pre-season, for example, we're playing out from the back a lot better. We're carrying the ball from the back a lot better. We're transitioning through different phases of play a lot better. Our play down the right-hand side looks a lot stronger now. Well, obviously, it's only early days, but Dalot and Sancho have started to build up a relationship down the right. A few different triangles with Bruno involved in there as well. Sancho looks like he's finally stepping out of his shell a little bit more. Like, I'm hoping he's going to have a big season. Dalot, I'm not too convinced about yet, but it doesn't look like we're going to sign another right back. So looks like it's Dalot for now. Bruno looks a lot more mature and responsible in midfield. Looks like Ten Hag's tried to calm him down a little bit, and you can see that he's not trying to lose possession as much, and he's making much more sensible decisions. De Gea's distribution looks like he's improved slightly at least as well, and he looks a little bit more comfortable on the ball. Something we might have to be concerned with throughout the season is De Gea, and is this the end of his time coming at United? If not, has he prolonged his stay at United? It hates me to say that, but he's not part of this modern new keepers, and not probably the type of keeper we need at Manchester United to play Ten Hag's football. But that's a priority for later, because obviously we've got bigger priorities in midfield and defence, which maybe has been sorted out. Something interesting I saw from the Liverpool game is at times Dalot was on the left and Shaw was on the right. So I think we need to watch out for that throughout the season. It looks like we're going to play one lone DM, and when the goalie gets the ball, we've got two centre-backs split on each side. Ahead of that, we've got a line of three. It looks like the two full-backs on each side, and the lone DM, in this case it was Fred most often in pre-season, who was sitting there in front to collect from the keeper or the defenders. So I think that's something we need to watch out from as well. And I'm glad to see a clear style of play for once coming out from the back. Otherwise, usually we look absolutely clueless. Also from pre-season is Tony Martial. Man, I'll be honest, I've had enough of Martial. I know certain men have changed their opinions on him because of his performance in pre-season. He has played well, I can't deny that. But it's the first time I've seen him turn up and look in a positive mood for a long time. And to be honest, at the moment, I'm not sure if I'm not confident relying on him as our only striker if Ronaldo does leave. But he's performed well in pre-season, so I can't really discredit him for that. So at least he's played well, that's a positive. And we need a fit and firing Martial, because obviously Rashford's not doing too great. Bringing it on to Rashford, he's looked a bit better in pre-season, a bit fitter, maybe a bit leaner, but mentally doesn't look quite there yet. So I think Rashi needs to improve a bit. Garnacho looked unreal the other day, and if anyone's starting on that left wing, I would start Garnacho. I heard he might have turned up late to training once, but whatever, I think he needs to start. He's probably going to be our most effective player down the left, bar Sancho if Sancho played there, but it looks like Sancho's playing on the right. So yeah, I think Garnacho should play. And bringing it on to a third positive is the signings. Obviously, we all love signings. Who doesn't? Transfer windows when everyone gets gassed. Christian Eriksen. Everyone knows. All right, my Spurs mates know. When he was at Spurs, I cussed him a lot. Obviously, he's always had the ability. Yeah? He's very gifted footballer, no doubt. Some people might even say he's better than Bruno. I'm not sure about that, obviously, but some people would say that. When he was at Spurs, I feel like he was very inconsistent, and he wasn't really a big game player. He'd kind of shy away. He would perform against the lesser teams, rack up the numbers, and then everyone looked at him, or Spurs fans looked at him like he was some Premier League dominating attacking midfielder. He wasn't. When he's gone to Inter Milan, he's matured himself. He's had his health issues. He's gone to Brentford. He's proved himself at Brentford, practically turned their season around when he signed for them. They were already doing well, but he made them even better. I'm sure you've seen the stats somewhere. He's come to United. He's played a couple pre-season games. The guy oozes class. Like, he looks genuinely class. Proper mature midfielder now. Looks like he can find the key pass all the time. I'm sure he's going to get plenty of assists this season. I wouldn't be surprised. I know a lot of people disagree with me, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's in the pivot of the 4-3-2-1, the 4-2-3-1, and he won't be holding, but he's the one that's going to be resisting press and trying to get the ball out to our attackers, and he's going to have someone holding next to him. Bringing me on to our next signing, who potentially might be playing holding with him, is Martinez. And to be honest, he comes with the nickname The Butcher. Everyone's talking about his height, 5'9". He's Argentinian. We've seen hella guys from Argentina come in and be reckless. This guy's called The Butcher. He can play with the ball. I saw him play against Real Vallecano. Looks like he can pass it out from the back, can play centre back as well. Probably maybe going to play centre back on the left side most of the time. I'm confident he's going to be a huge success and a hero at United. Looks passionate, looks aggressive. Potentially might become a leader at Manchester United and within that change room, and it's exactly what we need, because I'm sure everyone knows we lack leaders. Malacia, I don't have too much to say on him. He's still young, looks a bit unpredictable at the moment. If he can progress better than Shaw, at least defensively, then we've got a good signing at least, or at least some good competition for Shaw, because this is a big season for Shaw. He's been here for like 7-8 years. Has he really proved himself ever, except maybe 2 seasons ago? It's not been good enough overall for what the potential Luke Shaw had. Obviously he had injuries, but yeah, hopefully Malacia can push on further than Shaw. So this is a reality check. It can't all be positive. Let's move on to the negatives. And I'm sure there are a lot of negatives with our club right now, so might be here for a while. Let's take it on to the pre-season negatives. To be honest, based on pre-season, I'm a bit concerned with the lack of goals. Started off well. I think there was a couple 4-0s, 4-1s, 3-0s, 3-1s. Then it kind of dried up near the end. And I know everyone says we shouldn't take pre-season based on the results, but when you go out onto a pitch and you play football, you want to win every game, pre-season or not. I know it's mainly for fitness and to develop styles of play and for the managers to get used to players, but I'm sure every player went out there trying to win, and we didn't win every game. It's a bit concerning, especially the Villa game, 2-2, lost to Atletico Madrid, drew with Rayo Vallecano. I think the only positive out of all those is that we did create a lot of chances. But yeah, from pre-season, maybe our most vulnerable thing playing this new style of play and this high press, is we looked a bit vulnerable to counter-attacks. Is Maguire ready for these counter-attacks? Is Varane even ready for these counter-attacks? He'd probably pull a muscle running back, trying to chase back. Is Lindelof? He's not the quickest. So I'm a bit worried based on our style of play on the counter-attacking of other teams. A second negative is signings. And yeah, I said that signings were a positive, but the lack of signings looks like the usual boring and long, drawn-out negotiations from John Murtaugh and Richard Arnold or whoever them guys are, and the scouting system. I don't understand. We've only signed 3 players in a summer where we've let go of 7 or 8 players. Like, it's not acceptable. Our quality of depth is not big enough. And where is our DM? We've been crying out for a DM for years. To be honest, that might even bring me up onto my next point. I wasn't going to bring him up this early. I wasn't even going to bring them up this early. But McFred. This is my third negative, yeah, McFred. Like, people know me, yeah. I've tried to back them longer than most. I know they're both shit, yeah. Like, to be honest, Fred's all right. Like, he's improved a lot, especially last year. Improved a lot. He's obviously not a DM. Neither is McTominay. They're both probably box to boxes. But they're both so poor on the ball and they keep giving it away so much. I can't back them anymore. And this thing of playing them together, I'm begging Ten Hag, please. I just can't view them playing together ever again. And the worst thing about it is it's probably going to happen because we haven't signed anyone. We haven't signed any midfielders to play DM. So one of them, I assume, probably going to be Fred. McTominay ain't really got a sniff in pre-season. I think it's going to be Fred playing CDM. But please, this McFred thing, please. I can't see it anymore. I know I've backed you lot for a long time because you work hard, you love the club, both of you, but please, I can't see you both playing together anymore, McFred. Back to the signings, I forgot to mention Frankie de Jong and this long drawn out chase for Frankie de Jong. I'm personally on the viewpoint that because he didn't want to leave Barcelona, maybe we should leave him. Like, yeah, he's going to get taken a piss out of because he's owed money and he might have to sign a new contract and take a loss or take a hit or a longer wait for his money. But the guy really didn't want to come United if he does end up coming here. Like, maybe he didn't want to come United. Maybe he didn't mind coming United, but he didn't want to leave Barca, which is the most important thing. So he's been forced out. He's leaving sunny Barcelona to rainy Manchester. I'm not sure if we should still be pursuing it, but whatever. In this time, we still should have signed other midfielders anyway, because one midfielder or plus Christian Eriksen, so two midfielders, isn't enough. We haven't got enough defensive midfielders. Probably needed maybe a left winger. And obviously we need a striker because Ronaldo doesn't want to be here. I'm personally not one to rely on Anthony Martial this season. I'm not sure I believe in him to be our main striker this season, especially if Ronaldo leaves. Where is our striker? And even if Ronaldo stays, we're meant to be preparing for the future still. We've got 38-year-old Ronaldo. We've got Tony Martial, who's not been bagging for 2 seasons. And we need a striker. Obviously, I've seen links with Sesko, but it needs to happen ASAP. The fourth negative, I'd like to say, obviously, it hurts me to say, but Cristiano Ronaldo. When we finished 6th for whatever it was to finish in Europa League, 5th or 6th, I think it was 6th, why did he not just leave or hand in a transfer request then? We're now 1 month before the season. Obviously, the season's starting this week. But 1 month before the season, he's decided he wants to leave. And we haven't got enough time to plan without him. And also, it brings down the harmony down in the dressing room because Cristiano Ronaldo's throwing a strop. It might even be best if he does leave, regardless of whether he wants to be here or not. And to be honest, I wouldn't blame him for leaving because we've let him down last season anyway. We should have been a lot better organised. We should have had better managers. Sorry. And we should have finished in top 4. The minimum, the absolute bare minimum for Ronaldo. My 5th negative is why are we still struggling to sell so many players? Eric Bailey had a decent start to pre-season. Is he staying? I heard he was going. Phil Jones is still at the club. Is he doing rolling contract extensions every year? I don't understand what's going on. I don't even want to talk about him anymore. Who else is there? AWB. I heard Wan-Bissakan's getting shipped out. He's still there. No one's paying the prices that we've paid for these players. So we're going to take a big loss on all these players. And people don't even want to buy these guys because they're on such high wages that we've given out at the club. I'm going to bring it on to my final negative. And this is probably our biggest worry at the moment. Our rivals have strengthened severely. City have got Haaland and Alvarez. Liverpool have got Nunes. I'm not sure how close we can get to them while they keep strengthening with these top caliber players which we can't probably attractive anymore unless De Jong comes potentially, which is a big signing. But we're falling further and further behind. Unless Ten Hag can perform miracles with this squad right now, I don't think it's strong enough to get anywhere near challenging City or Liverpool this season. To be honest, the rest of them, I'm not too worried about. Spurs, Conte could explode at any time. The signings, you could say, have been a bit overrated. Basuma's a good player. Richarlison, don't really see him playing that much ahead of Son or Kane. Might not have the impact that all Spurs fans think. Who else did they sign? Perisic, a solid left wing back. Other than that, I'm not too worried about Spurs. I think Kane will have a wicked season after his poor start last season. But I'm pretty sure, I feel confident we can compete with them because at our worst this season, although we ended up far behind because of the complete meltdown once Ragnick took over and things just fell apart, we weren't that far apart, even in our worst season ever, or one of our worst seasons ever. Tuchel's Chelsea have been stuttering through for like the last 6 months. Looks like they're falling off. They've got new ownership. They don't know what's happening. Although they've signed Koulibaly, they've lost a few defenders, lost a few other players. Arsenal. The All or Nothing documentary will say everything I need to know about Arsenal. Not worried about competing with Arsenal for 4th. Let's move it on to my conclusion. And thanks for watching. And by the way, before I move on to conclusion, United sent me this. I was going to say I was sponsored by United. Obviously, I'm not sponsored by United, but they sent me this. So big up United. United socks. Hopefully you can see that. They sent me a new United hat. They gave me one last year as well. Actually in January when I first started the podcast. And they gave me a United pen. So yeah, thanks to United. Let's move it on to the conclusion. And expectations for Ten Hag's United this season. Let me know what you guys are thinking, but I'm thinking I can't expect a trophy from him as much as I'd like to. Realistically, we've got to aim for top 4. I think the hope is getting to top 4 this season, attract a higher caliber of players next season or January, and build from there. And next season, of this season coming, obviously the season's starting this Friday. I'm recording this on a Tuesday, and this is hopefully going to come out on a Wednesday. This season, Arsenal will be playing. This Friday, Arsenal will be playing. This season, I'm expecting top 4, no trophy. I'll be happy with that with Ten Hag, and obviously a clearer style of play, which already looks like it's bearing fruit. Next season, it has to be a trophy and top 4, I assume, and getting closer to 1st and 2nd, whether that's Liverpool or City or whoever. That's got to be the aim for Ten Hag. So yeah, let's finish it on a high. Yes, we're rebuilding again, but it looks like we finally got the perfect man for it. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if Klopp or Pep weren't at City right now, Ten Hag would be the first guy they go to get, and not who would be next. Maybe Pochettino, and his career's kind of taken a hit ever since PSG and the end of his Tottenham career. But overall, I'm positive that this guy, Erik Ten Hag, this is the guy to take us back to the top. Obviously, based on other factors such as the right scouting, the right coaches, the board backing him. Because if it's not Erik Ten Hag, who else is it? But yeah, let's temper reality. Let's temper expectations. This is a reality check. This is a Man United reality check. It's Erik Ten Hag's Man United. I'm gassed for the season. Can't wait for it to start. Get in the comments and let me know what you guys think about this Man United reality check. Am I on the right lines? Am I deluded? Am I being too harsh on United and Ten Hag? The Premier League's back this weekend finally. I can't wait to watch it. We're going to do a Premier League table predictions between us as a group and do that on a video for you as we watch along with the Arsenal game, first game of the season. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know in the comments what you think. Like, subscribe, turn on your notifications. This has been a Man United reality check. Season 2, episode 1, Erik Ten Hag's Man United. Man United are coming back for the title. I'm joking, we're not. Man United are coming for the top 4. Stay tuned. See you next episode. Peace out.
Between the lines.